What is up, YouTube family? We are back at it one more again. Welcome to the first edition of Real Ass Recaps. This is the NFL edition, week 6. Let's get right into it. Now, before I start, let me just say this. Everybody was talking crazy about the Chiefs because they lost at home to Detroit. And I kept trying to tell people, don't get caught up in that loss right there. Did you see all the passes that the Chiefs dropped? You think an Andy Reid team, a team that just won the Super Bowl, is going to keep dropping passes like that? You know they got Kelsey. You know they got Mahomes. You know they got Pacheco. And you saw that they had Chris Jones not playing that game, waiting for his contract. And y'all overhyped that win that Detroit had, knowing damn well that Kansas City would have won that game if the receivers didn't drop all them damn passes. Now what do you see? You see Kansas City, all these other teams are like flip a coin teams. You flip a coin any given Sunday. You don't know who gonna show up. Titans, Saints, Bucks, Jets, Texans, Colts, Jags. You don't know which team is gonna show up, right? But the Chiefs are 5-1 that fast. They are the most consistent team in this whole league. And what does that tell you? That tells you that they're going to be right there again like they always are. And don't be surprised if they get another one, because all these other teams are out here bullshitting. They are out here tripping. Let's go through this shit. This shit is crazy. If you a betting man, just stop it. If you doing pick'em pools and shit, just save your damn money. Because this shit is crazy. You might as well play with your heart. There's no logic to this shit. Right? Chiefs beat the Broncos. We knew that. Ravens won on the road against the Titans. That was a tricky pick. I mean, logic would tell you to pick the Ravens, but you never know when the Titans going to show up, right? It was a close game, but the Ravens did what they supposed to do. What that tells me is the Ravens are going to pretty much coast. They're going to win more games than they lose. They're going to make it to the playoffs, but I just don't see them having that it factor when it comes to really being a Super Bowl contender. They're going to make the playoffs and they'll probably lose to somebody like the Chiefs or the Dolphins or somebody like that. So, or the Bills. So Baltimore still got some work to do. They good, but Lamar's not having the season that you would think he would have, but it's cool. They winning, but win the Super Bowl, no way, Jose. Titans, flip a coin with them motherfuckers. You don't know who gonna show up from week to week. Panthers, they suck. They might get the number 1 pick in the draft and get rid of Bryce Young and get the boy from USC. That's what I would do. He probably 2 times bigger than Bryce Young. I never thought Bryce Young was the guy. He's so small that I was like, he just got to prove it to me. And so far, he hasn't. I think he hurt now. But they're going to suck for a minute. Dolphins are explosive. Them playing at home, you knew they would blow out the Panthers. That was an easy pick for a change. But Dolphins are going to blow out a lot of teams. But the thing that stands out with me is them losing to Buffalo. They were supposed to show Buffalo that they were a contender, that they were ready to attack, compete with them for that division. But you saw how they got punished by the Buffalo Bills, right? So that tells me a lot about what might happen with them in the long run. They're going to beat up a lot of teams during the season, but when it comes to the playoffs, I think, somebody going to have a number. Probably Kansas City or Buffalo again. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl, not this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek goes back and plays against Mahomes and Mahomes puts him in his place. Like, yeah, you left me, remember? They already won the Super Bowl without Tyreek. Now, knocking him out the playoffs, that's going to make his stock go up real crazy. That's another resume builder. Saints and Texans, I mean, goddamn. What the Saints, you just never know. You don't know who gonna show up. They got Kamara, but Jameis Winston on the road, picking the Texans at home was smart. You know what I'm saying? CJ Stroud been looking good. Texans are up and coming. You know, they're a lot better than people think. They gonna catch a bunch of teams slipping all year. Saints, they might make the playoffs because of that terrible division, but they're going to get smacked. They're going to get smacked real quick. Commanders, Falcons, I picked Washington because I thought that they would bounce back after that performance last week. I just don't believe Falcons quarterback is ready, and he showed it. He threw 3 picks, and that lost them the game right there. I mean, they lose by 8 points, and you throw 3 picks. Man, you could have got some, 10 points out of that if you hadn't thrown them picks, man. So, but he's a young guy. I mean, what can you do? I felt bad for him because I know the crowd was booing and paid all that money just to see that guy throw 3 picks and have a chance to come back and tie it at the end and throw another pick. Whew, that's tough, man. But Washington, they bounced back. They 3-3 now. Nobody's really expecting anything from either one of these teams. The Commanders, they're just trying to see how Sam Howell is going to come along. They're trying to see if the investment in him is worth it or not. Ron Rivera's on the hot seat. Eric Bieniemy might get the head coaching job now if they fall apart. But really, the focus is all about Sam Howell, and he's been looking good. He looks like he could be a solid QB for them. So we'll see how they go for the rest of the year. Jags and Colts. Jags are starting to come into fruition to how they ended last year. They exploded on some fools last year and knocked some heads. Who did they beat? I think they beat the Chargers last year, knocked them out, and they've had a rocky start in the beginning, but they're starting to come into their own now. The Colts are a flip a coin team, but playing on the road, you pretty much figure the Jags are going to beat them. The Colts, though, you got to watch them from week to week because they'll show up next week, especially if they playing at home. Seahawks and Bengals, man, that was a flip a coin game right there, but you normally pick the Bengals because they playing at home. You got to figure at some point they're going to turn that corner and turn it on a little bit. But they barely beat the Seahawks, but the Seahawks are better than people think. Seahawks got a crazy defense, and that 17-13 score, that's about exactly what I predicted for that game right there. If they were playing in Seattle, I would have picked Seattle. Vikings and Bears. These two teams right here, I don't think I'm going to play no more pick 'em pools the rest of the year. Just because of these two teams right here. The fucking Vikings and the fucking Bears, man. Like, this shit is out of control with them. Every time I pick the Vikings, they lose. Every time I pick against them, they win. The Bears, same thing. Every time I pick them to lose, which is every week, they win. They beat Washington, and I forgot who else they beat, but they keep losing me. These two teams alone have single-handedly lost me football pools. These two teams. This loss didn't hurt as bad because they were playing each other. It only came as, one loss. Them two teams, you just flip a coin from week to week. Vikings, you would think them playing without Justin Jefferson, they would lose, right? But they actually looked good last week without him, but they lost. So you figure on the road, you figure maybe Justin Fields going to finally run for 100 yards. He ran for 1,000 yards last year, and they still couldn't do it. I don't know why in the hell I picked the Bears. I don't even know if I won this game or not. Because I remember I picked the Vikings, and then I was like, nah, I don't trust them no more. I'm picking the Bears. And then I was like, wait a minute. I never picked the fucking Bears. I'm going back to the Vikings. So I think I did win that game, but it don't matter. I lost the fucking pool anyway because of games like this, fucking 49ers and the Browns. But everybody lost that game, right? Except for fucking Browns fans. You got fucking Browns fans winning football pools because they playing with their heart and picking the fucking Browns. That's how crazy this fucking season is. Who the fuck is picking the Browns to do anything? You winning football pools because you picked the fucking Browns and everybody else didn't? You might well be playing with your heart too. This is the year. Just play with your fucking heart. Just flip coins and play with your heart. If you're going to do that shit, then you might as well not play it off. Because that shit is like the lottery. You know what I'm saying? But the 49ers lose to the fucking Browns. They just smacked the shit out of Dallas. Then they come and lose to the fucking Browns. And the Browns had the fucking backup quarterback. Not Deshaun Watson. They had the backup quarterback. And they made Brock Purdy look like what everybody's been saying. A system quarterback. So now you got to be careful. Because it's a copycat league. They're going to watch this tape of what the Browns just did to the 49ers. Be careful. They might have figured something out. That's why it's a long season. It's going to be real interesting. Patriots and Raiders. I mean, you got to go with the Raiders, right? Because the Patriots just aren't shit without Tom Brady. It's like, why even watch a Patriots game without Tom Brady? Has anybody watched the Patriots game since he left? Bill Belichick, you got to be the smartest dumb motherfucker I ever seen. See, these motherfuckers' egos are wild as shit. Bill Belichick really thought he could win without fucking Tom Brady. It's like, Bill, did you not see your career when you were at the Cleveland Browns? What the fuck did you do before Tom Brady? Okay, you had some Drew Bledsoe success, but that was Drew Bledsoe. You think Matt Jones is fucking Drew Bledsoe or Tom Brady? What the fuck was you looking at? He didn't ruin his damn legacy. Bill Belichick, you got 7 Super Bowls, and now all everybody's gonna say is Tom Brady. You could have been the greatest coach of all time. Tom Brady could have still been playing for y'all. Tom Brady could come and play for the Patriots right now and still take them to the playoffs. He'll run off 6 straight with them right now and get them to the playoffs. It's crazy. It's crazy. The Raiders, I don't know what you say about the Raiders. Flip a coin. But if they play in the Patriots, oh yeah, that's a win all day. Especially at home. Lions and Bucks. Oh, the Lions are taking heads. They are kicking ass and taking names. The Bucks, you can't trust them without Tom Brady either. Without Tom Brady, flip a coin on the Bucks. They lose the game at home 20-6. Like the mother, woo. That tells you that Lions defense is for real. And shout out to Jared Goff, man. You know, people were shitting on him and writing him off. When he got shipped from a Super Bowl contender to Siberia. And now the Lions are busting heads. I'm pulling for Jared Goff, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was talking shit about him, man. I know they ain't talking shit no more. Because the Lions, for real, they going to smack you. They going to smack you in the face. I like to see them play Dallas. I hope they play Dallas and the Cowboys. I'm sorry, in Dallas in the playoffs. They're going to smack the Cowboys in the playoffs. Rams and Cardinals. The Rams are starting to come around. They got Cooper Kupp back. Watch out for them. Watch out for them. Don't forget, the Rams, they got some guys, man. They still won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Not saying that they're going to do anything big or crazy, but you got to watch out for the Rams. They're gonna catch some teams sleeping. They're going to get some wins. Eagles and Jets. See, this is what I'm talking about. How the fuck do you pick the Jets to beat the Eagles? Who picks the Jets to be the Jets are out here winning football pools, beating the Eagles? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, you got to give credit to Zach Wilson, right? Ever since your boy said ever since your boy said that crazy shit about Zach Wilson, he's been showing improving a little bit. He's been stepping his game up. He basically got rolled off how many times now? So to see him bounce back and doing his thing, I'm pulling for the kid. I'm pulling for him. You know what I'm saying? I love any underdog like that. They just wrote him off, talk all kinds of shit about him. So to see him step up and get this win over Philly, all them people that was talking that shit, they real quiet right now. They can't even show their face for jet celebrations because you talk that shit about your boy. Just get a man some time. Let him do his thing. Giants and Bills. Bills barely beat them. Bills be looking suspect. I don't know. They beat the shit out of the Dolphins, but then they'll lose to some suspect teams. They barely beat the Giants at home. How you only beat the Giants by 5 points? 14-9? I think some of these teams be partying, man. They be at the strip clubs and shit. They be chilling. You got to play a team like the Giants. They know that's an easy win. I think some of these teams just be out there chilling, man, during the week. And then you had the Cowboys beat the Chargers tonight. And I stand corrected. My last video, I said I would see y'all again when the Cowboys lost to the Chargers. And I should have known. The fucking Chargers. You think they got Justin Herbert, right? So you think they would be the shit. But that coach they got. I mean, they have lost, what was the statistic? They have lost 15 out of 18 games by one score or less. They lose a bunch of close-ass games. And here's another one. And they let Dallas come in there with all their flashy fans, all their most hated fans, and take over their stadium to where they couldn't even hear their own play calls. Now, I was wrong about the Cowboys losing to the Chargers, but I will be right about them still being the worst fans in sports. And I'll tell you why. Now that they beat the Chargers, here they come again with that how about them Cowboys shit. We them boys, we America's team. How about them? Here they come again. They gonna come back out again. And let's see, who do they play next week? Looks like they have a bye. Ain't that a bitch? Now we got to listen to the fucking Dallas fans talk about how about them Cowboys for 2 weeks. And they might win a couple more games, but then they going to get smacked by a contender again. And it's going to be right back to the same shit. The most hated fans, the most hated team in America. So that's all I got for y'all this week. Until week 7, I'll holler at y'all next time. Check out some of the links below. Take control of your life again. Fire your boss. And we out. Till next time. 100.